Hello everybody, this is Mr. Brackett with an instructional video. This video is for Lightspeed Classroom Management. I've had a number of teachers in the district ask how to be able to create an ad hoc on-the-fly class in the event that you're supervising some kids that you wouldn't normally be supervising. And the way to do that, here from the dashboard you see my classes are listed. I don't have any classes because I haven't set them up in Google Classroom. If you have set up classes in Google Classroom, they would be listed here. But what you want to do is go over here and click Add Class and give the class a name. Say you wanted to run a win time class for a random group of kids. The name of the class doesn't have to be very intricate or detailed, especially if you just plan on deleting this anyway. But once the class is created, you click inside of it, and of course there are no students because you just created the class. So there are a couple of ways to add students. The first one is to go over here to where it says More Actions and then click Add Student. You can show this screen up on your projector in your classroom and have students either go to this special Lightspeed web address, this URL, and they'll enter the code that's specific to this course that you just created. Or you could take this link and copy it and then send a quick email out to this group of students and say, hey, click on the link in the email, and then that would add them to the class. Of course, both of those methods require that a student is going to comply with your request, and maybe 90% of your kids, 95% of your kids will comply, but there's always that kid that you're going to have to add by force. So if you're adding a kid by force, the way to do it is to click Upload CSV. And when you click Upload CSV, what you're going to end up with is this screen. And you could upload a CSV file if you already have one, but chances are you don't. The other thing to do here is click Manually Enter Data, and this gives you a screen where you could add kids. The first one you're going to want to put in is Billy Johnson, because everybody knows that Billy Johnson doesn't do what you tell him to. And so I put in Billy Johnson's email address, and once the screen refreshes, you see these other fields turn red. They turn red because they're required, and you have to put them in. So I put in Billy Johnson, and for username I'm just going to copy email address. And now that I've got Billy Johnson in here, maybe Sally Thompson is also not doing what you asked her to do. Oops. And now you're going to have to add her by force as well. So Sally Thompson, takes a minute while the screen refreshes. Sally Thompson, and then again I'm copying email in as username. Now that I've got this, let's say I've added the kids that wouldn't do it voluntarily. I click Start Import, and what this is going to do is it'll import those kids into the class based on their username, email address, etc. I'm not going to click that right now because it would create an error inside of the system since these kids aren't real students, but you get the idea. Then you would end up having the students enrolled in this screen, and it would show up like your other classes show up inside of Lightspeed Classroom Management. The other thing that you would want to do is up here where it says this class is not currently in session, you want to click View Ad Hoc Schedule, because over here, let's say you're going to have these kids for a half an hour, you would want to say this is an ad hoc schedule and the session duration is 30 minutes, and then you save the settings. Then you'd have a list of kids. You would have a time frame for managing them inside of Lightspeed Classroom Management. And for the next 30 minutes, you'd have those kids under your control. And then they leave, they go on their merry way, and you're like, well, what am I going to do with this? Go back out to your list of classes, just click delete class and say, I confirm the delete by typing the word delete, and the class goes away. Okay, so it's pretty simple, pretty straightforward, and let me know what you think. Thanks very much.